Hi, I'm Izzy. I'm the Agricultural Fellow here at Old Sturbridge Village. In the 1830s, new products and new ideas were flooding into New England from around the world, which led to trends in agriculture. One of the defining crazes of the decade was an interest in merino wool. Merino wool is long-fibered, soft, and thick, which makes it perfect for fine, soft material. Merino sheep were bred in Spain, which tightly controlled the exportation of the sheep and gave themselves a monopoly on the merino wool industry. During the chaos of the Napoleonic conflict, some people were able to smuggle the sheep out and created an American industry in merino wool. Common wool was sold for about 37 cents a pound, whereas merino wool could get about $2 a pound. Farmers bought huge numbers of sheep to capitalize on these profits, and the price for sheep went up. Common sheep cost about $2, whereas at the height of the craze, one merino sheep could be sold for about $1,500. By the late 1830s, the market was saturated, and shifting embargoes allowed for outside competition, which drove the prices down. By 1835, 1 pound of merino wool went for only 57 cents, and by 1840, a pound was sold for only 25 cents. Farmers ended up selling off their sheep to recoup their losses, but by that point, one merino sheep was sold for about only $50, and it usually went for meat. In 1840, there were about 4 million sheep in New England, and by 1860, there was only half that. Another trend that influenced agriculture and the textile industry in the 1830s was an interest in domestically produced silk thread. Silkworms eat mulberry trees, and in the 1830s, a new variety of mulberry tree was imported into America. This variety had long, drooping branches, which made it easier to collect the leaves. There was an idea that producing silk thread was a way for the common man to get ahead, and so people bought up this new variety of mulberry tree and planted hedgerows and mulberry orchards. The price for saplings went up. In 1834, 100 saplings cost just $4, and in 1836, 100 saplings cost $30, and by 1839, 100 saplings cost $500. The people making money during this craze were the people selling the saplings, because producing silk thread is actually incredibly difficult. It involves steaming the silkworms in their cocoons, unspooling the cocoons, and then reeling them in an incredibly detailed way. This takes training which most Americans don't have, and so the silk they produced was gummy and low quality. Because of this, American textile factories preferred to pay higher prices for imported European silk thread than to buy the cheap American-produced silk thread. In 1837, an economic crash kneecapped the industry, and in 1840, a blight took out mulberry trees. This basically killed the industry. One of the shortest-lived crazes of the decade was an interest in the Rowan potato. This potato was imported from Europe, and advertisers claimed that it was hugely productive. They said that by putting just 5 pounds of potatoes in the ground, you would get a yield of 525 pounds of potatoes at harvest. One farmer reported getting a potato the size of a Bible out of the ground. But few people mentioned the taste. It was apparently very mealy and mediocre, and few people felt the need to plant it 2 years in a row. But we'll never know because the potato blight of the 1840s killed this variety. This is just a sampling of the agricultural crazes during the 1830s, a decade that was defined by boom and bust trends.